No, I mean, I think it's quite interesting because, I mean, as you say, the chart must work for the astrologer. I think that, I mean, for me, that the original Sibley chart works because it puts Pluto in the second house and as ruler of the second house. And I mean, to me, they are the epitome of late stage capitalism.
Yeah.
The wealth inequalities that we see there, the terrible tax
Mhm.
breaks that Trump sort of did last year for the rich whilst getting rid of everybody's health care. That's is
Yeah.
Pluto. Pluto's quite cruel.
Yeah.
Pluto's very, in Capricorn is very concerned with, um, as you said, sort of status, with wealth,
Yeah.
and with power, but in a sort of institutional way. And I mean, that is what we're seeing in America. So I think it's quite interesting actually to look at both from the point of
Mhm.
view of the Pluto return, because, I had Christine Skinner on not that long ago, and I wonder if she uses the same chart that you do, the 11 a.m., because many years ago in one of her books, she made a prediction that America would break up. And that makes sense if you put the Pluto return in the fourth house, which is where it is in the 11 a.m. chart.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So that was, I think, the way that she kind of interpreted it, which, I mean, is not beyond the bounds of possibility now, especially with governors like Gavin Newsom in California and so on. And then we, of course, now more recently Minnesota, who are looking decidedly kind of anti what's happening in the federal government. So, I mean, I find it very interesting, looking at both.
Yeah. Yeah. I confess I wouldn't see America splitting up. No, where America is, I mean, I think you've got that Pluto return, which is going to cause a slide no matter what. But even more than that, you've got Neptune now into Aries, and it's
Yes.
beginning to square all those Cancer planets right through for the next 6, 7 years, and then square and then oppose the Saturn. So Neptune is dissolving. It's watery. It's swampy.
Mm.
It's not good for pride. It's not good for decisions. I mean,
Yes.
if a country splits, you would really more expect Pluto hitting the sun, which it did some years ago, and nothing split up there. I wouldn't necessarily see. I know everybody's all uptight because the Uranus return is coming up in a couple of years, and in
Yes.
the last Uranus return was Pearl Harbor, and the one
Gosh,
before that was the Civil War. Um, but
interesting.
I wouldn't necessarily see it as an indication of a split. I think America is just plain going to flounder for the next almost until the 2033 election.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you mentioned the Uranus return because I was looking not so long ago at the Yalta conference chart,
Mm,
and I noticed that Uranus was also in Gemini at the time. It was just after the Second World War, and
yeah,
that for many people is sort of an indication, certainly for Nicholas Campion, is
yeah,
the start of the Cold War. So it's interesting that we've now seem to have entered a new chapter as far as U.S. Russian relations,
mm,
slightly different kind of configuration. And yes, I mean, if we interesting to see what happens as Uranus moves into Gemini.